Hi everybody, Leah here with your weekly card reading starting Monday, the 31st of January 2022. And as we finish this month of soul purpose, you might find there's a fair bit going on as you move into Feb, which is the month to feel the love. And this can mean different things for different people. Love doesn't have to mean romantic love, having a partner. It may do for you, but it won't for everyone. For some people, it will be learning to love yourself more. For some people, it will be learning to love your family more, or your children more, or your pets more, or just life. Perhaps it's just finding that love in everyday life so that you can create the best life possible. So the start of the week, we have 9 of Gabriel, and this is you taking action. It's moving forward. It is really, though, it's about your goals, and this is something that's important to you and reaching that. For a lot of you, it really feels like this is, like fighting for a cause, that you're passionate about something and that you are really standing up for what's right at the start of this week. Now, it is partnered with the card of peace. So I think you're being reminded that even though you are passionate about this and you're excited about this and you really, want to make good change, be very conscious of the energy you bring to that. If you come at that with, anger and aggression, you're going to be met with those same things, and it's very difficult to create good change when you're coming from that place. So really take a moment before you go in to fight your case, if that's what is happening. Find that peace. Center yourself with love. Really get clear on your intentions here, because when a lot starts to happen and your emotions start to, get fired up, it's very easy to kind of lose those intentions that you had initially and head off in a different tangent. And then at the end of it, you didn't get what you wanted. You didn't really make your case well because you got sort of caught up in what else was happening. So this is very much you coming from a place of peace, love, and being very clear about your intentions when you go in, and you'll find that people will respond much better to you and you will have much more success at reaching your goals if you come from that place. So the middle of the week, we have the King of Michael. Now, again, I think this is ongoing because the King of Michael is a very principled person. He's ambitious, but he is rational, and people do respect what he says. And this is because he is rational. And while he is very strong, he stays in his integrity, and that's what you're being asked to do right now. Really make sure you stay in your integrity. Don't get caught up in the emotions of it, or sometimes when we're fighting for a cause, we can get caught up in looking for the other person's faults to really put those on display to show why that person is wrong or why we shouldn't be listening to them. And particularly at the moment, there is so much division in the world with everything that's going on. It's so easy to get caught up in that. So this is a reminder to really try and rein that in this week. Communicate effectively, be very honest, be very sure of what you think and feel before you speak it, so that you don't say something that later on you think, oh, I wish I hadn't said that. That isn't even what I feel or what I think. I just got caught up in the moment. So it's being very careful with what you say and making sure it's very true to you, but communicating that in a way that people hear you and listen and understand. So it's very important to stay in your integrity and be very clear about what you're communicating, and really draw on your knowledge, your experience on what is true and what you know is true and correct. Now, it is partnered with the card of worry, and so I feel like this is something that really is causing you some stress. But we know that by worrying about things, we don't, create good change. So it's really, when you're not in these moments with these people of trying to organize things, taking that time out to stop, be still, work out what is worrying you, what is concerning you, do your tapping, do your meditation, do whatever you can do to bring yourself back, stay grounded, and then get really connected to your intentions here and what it is you want to achieve by this. So at the end of the week, we have the Ace of Gabriel. This is, so I feel like all of this at the beginning of the week is going to pay off, because you do have some movement here, and you're excited again, you're passionate, it feels like you've had a good outcome, you got what you needed from this situation, and you're ready to move on. We have the card of pride here, so I feel like if you do stay in your integrity and you really do speak your truth very clearly and politely, that you can feel pride in this situation because you handled it really well. And so take a moment to just stop and go, wow, okay, that could have all gone very differently had I let my emotions run away with me or got caught up in the moment, and I didn't. I stayed very clear, I stayed very true to myself, I was very connected to who I am, what my goals were in this, and I achieved my result, and I feel good about that. So really allow yourself to enjoy that moment because you've done well. Now, bottom of the deck, we do have the Lovers card, which coming into the month of feeling the love. So some of you may well get a new relationship this week, or the relationship you're in could deepen and move to a new level. Again, though, this card is very much the power of love, just talking about the power of love and what that means. And so making those decisions from that place, getting yourself into that heart-centered place before you do anything, before you take any action, will always ensure the best possible outcome for you. So it's really important that you do that. Now, we also have the card of abundance. Really, when you go into this week, when you take that time to sit and be still and connect to your intentions and your intuition, really envision yourself achieving this goal. See yourself at the end of the week having reached the outcome you wanted, so that you're very clear on what that outcome is, and really see it and feel it, and that goes a long way to getting you what you want. So really don't focus on the worry and what could go wrong, and that people might not listen and all of those things. Instead, focus on the goal you want, and even write down what is the best outcome here that I want. And it may not be that you reach all of those, it might be that you have to compromise along the way, but be very clear about what it is that you want, the outcome you're seeking, so that that intention is always at the forefront of any action you take. The card from my healing cards for this week is the card of seasons. This is a reminder everything changes, nothing stays the same. We are always going through new cycles of life, through endings, new beginnings. You are being reminded to stay flexible, go with the flow, and don't get too stuck in one spot. Perhaps through this, negotiation this week of trying to reach a different outcome, you might find that other options get put on the table you hadn't even considered before, but actually would be really good. And so go with the flow. If the other party comes back to you with another option, don't just dismiss it because that's their suggestion. Take a moment and go, well, would that work for me? Is that going to get me to those goals that I've written down? And if it will, go with it. For the affirmation card, we have the card of courage this week, and it says, I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. So stay in your integrity, be committed to what it is that you want, but be flexible to it arriving in ways that you hadn't anticipated. And, stand strong, stand in your power, stand up for yourself, and believe in your ability to get this outcome, because you can. It's right there for you. You just have to go at it from a place of peace and love and personal power to get there. I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll see you next week. Bye.